Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show. How are you all doing today out there? I'm a little bit annoyed that I didn't put my washing out earlier because it looks like it's going a little bit grey. Have we got rain coming?
We're not supposed to have rain coming, but we weren't supposed to have rain coming the other day, and then we ended up with a little shower.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I might put it out. I might, who knows? But it looks nice out there. It does look nice out there. So hello.
Hello.
This is our guest for today who suddenly arrived. That is a chair.
Oh, I know, isn't it just? All the booths were taken today. It's really noisy in the office, so I think people have gone in there and working. So I glared at all of them on my way out.
So people are actually in the office working, like they're supposed to.
In the booths. The booths are supposed to be brief.
In the booths.
To make phone calls and stuff like that. But I think because it's so noisy in there, we've just got this new system. It's just crazy.
Okay, so how are you doing today, Shelley?
I'm good.
Good.
I had a typical bank holiday weekend that it was really boring, and I went to the tip twice in one day.
You've been doing a bit of cleaning out, have you?
Yeah, bit of garden. Yeah, typical British bank holiday, but yeah, it was good. We went out, we went walking, and everything else. Being the nice weather that you could get.
Yeah.
And I must say that I did know of a few people that were out camping, not only last weekend, but this weekend just gone. And I feel for you for all the wet stuff that you had to bring home, all the tents and everything else.
It wasn't nice, was it?
It was very moody. Mother Nature was moody yesterday.
Yes. Properly.
How are you doing, Nico?
Oh, I'm all right, thank you. Just kind of melting into this chair.
I know. Look at the scarf that matches the chair. There's contrast going on there.
It's planned all along.
Oh, God, no, it wasn't. No, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it was a good bank holiday. The weather was miserable, but, you know me, I always believe the weather does what the weather does.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold any prisoners. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, exactly. So today
excuse me. And how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I am. So, as I said last week, I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going away tomorrow. I'm going to Barbados.
Ooh.
Did you hear that? I'm going to Barbados.
Barbados.
What the hell? So, going to Barbados on a retreat. So one of our lovely ladies, Sandra Moore, who's got hands in many different pies, she has organised this retreat in Barbados, and we're going to be doing qigong. We're going to be doing meditation. We're going to be having massage. There's all sorts. There's boat trip. There's walk up in the rocks to see the caves. There's a whole load. Absolute whole load. And my birthday's going to be there when I'm out there as well.
Oh, really? What day is that on, Cecile?
Why?
What do you mean, why? You don't have to give me the date. I'm just saying what day.
I don't know, actually. Is it on a Tuesday?
Yes. So you don't know what day your birthday is?
No, I know what date it is. I don't know what day it is. I've got Barbados in my head. I haven't thought as far as that.
Okay, all right, never mind. WhatsApp does work in.
Anybody wants to buy me a birthday present? It's on the 14th of May.
Thank you. Jeez, that was hard. What have been starting for less?
Which is, as Shelley said, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. So
it would be, considering today's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
That's how I knew it was Tuesday, because I know you were the 14th, because you shared it with my mother-in-law.
Oh, yes. There you go. So there's a group of us going, myself and the one and only Dee Bailey, lovely Veronica Ebanks. There's quite a few of us going, and we're going for 12 days.
Wow.
I know. It's really exciting. It's really exciting.
That is, it is. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And for once, I am going to take a break completely, not doing any work, not my other jobs, not doing any of it, none at all.
Wow,
So,
good.
yeah. And I don't normally do that. I normally still fit in a little bit of work, and I'm not.
Good. That's how it should be. That's why you know breaks are important, and it's not a proper break if you are still looking in there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
But of course, if you're one of those who gets anxious about work while you're away, that's a different matter as well. That's another thing to work on.
Hello,
which is why some people do it.
I'll see you in the morning.
What time is your flight?
It's 11:15.
Oh, well,
Going
that's
to
really
Sandra's
good.
house at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good. That is really good. Well done.
Very excited.
Right.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Good. I'm glad you are. You need to come when we do the next one.
Yeah, if it's this time of the year, I won't be able to come because it clashes with my taekwondo summer camp.
But then just talk to Sandra more. Maybe she'll change it so it's not this time of year, so it doesn't clash.
Different times of year, yeah.
You know, because although we do need to have people here holding the fort for the Simply Together show, which are you
well,
two.
I'm happy to do that.
You two and Samara.
I know. Poor them. They don't know what's hit them. No
We're leaving it in your capable hands.
Oh my God. Let's just hope it won't just be Shelley.
Who knows?
We have got, so today we're going to be talking about, have you got stuff to talk about, Shelley?
No, nothing in particular.
Okay.
It's just that where things have changed and jobs have changed behind the scenes, it might sound that we're quiet. It might look as though we're quiet. We're not. We've not backed off. We're not hiding. We're not doing anything else. It is just as things have happened, and it's all a bit of a whirlwind, rather than doing we'll just do that. We don't want to do that because we always put 100% in. We always put the 100% in. So the retreat's coming. And once you've had the retreat and then we're back at home and the things that normally have happened will start happening again. We've just got to work out where we will kind of sit. And on that note, can I just say, me personally, that you see me out and about in different marketplaces all the time. So if you ever see a craft fair anywhere, please do go along and support, because we are out there a lot. Now it's craft season, if you like. We are out and about in our gazebos and early mornings and late nights doing stuff. So yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So Sandra's put hoping to do a live show next week. Not sure how. We can do that. Because we just need to. And I will have my iPad with me, and I'm sure maybe Sandra's got a device, but ultimately there will be I haven't got an iPad, I've got a tablet. I will have that with me, and we've got our phones. So yeah, ultimately we will be able to jump on next week and say, hi, look at the sun. But what I want
to... Okay.
Go on.
No, I was only going to say the forecast for the weather next week is good.
It is.
30 degrees?
It may not be 30 degrees, but after what we've had here, 10 degrees is even good.
Well, that's my understanding. It's 30 degrees over there. So
yeah, that's really good.
So yeah.
But is it 30 degrees and hot sun, or is it 30 degrees and it's going to chuck it down because it's too hot?
It's not raining. It's not raining.
I'm trying to.
Yes, Sandra, I do realise it's 7 in the morning. I do realise that, and I know it's 7. I will be up, ready to say hello, live on Barbados.
So you can get up, you can do the bit of the show, and then you just have a nap, don't you? Have your little siesta.
Well, maybe have a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a little siesta during the day. Yeah, ready to go again in the evening.
Oh my God.
So, Monopoly. Let's talk all about Monopoly.
Yes.
Okay. So Monopoly has been around. God knows. I might need to Google that. How long has Monopoly been around? Does
Monopoly's
anybody
been
know
around
that?
for ages. I think it was in 18 something that it was created. It might have been a bit before, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
been around a long time. I have got actually. Oh,
1935 was the first Monopoly game.
really?
No, it's before that.
Oh, I haven't got it in
There is
here.
a little bit of dark history to Monopoly, actually, to be sincere. That in the sense that it was created by one person, then somebody else appropriated it, then they sold it on to the people who now I can't remember. Is it the Wright brothers? I can't remember. There's a particular family of people that owned it, and then they did pay some patent money towards that original owner, but they didn't get anything near what they deserved for creating it. So apparently it was an educational game before. It was about warning people about the dangers of landlords and stuff like that.
How
It was
is it
created
that
by a
you
woman.
know all these things? You always know some kind of
Things,
controversy
isn't it?
behind something.
Yeah.
It's in a book. So you know the book Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. So there's a version, Think and Grow Rich for women, and the story of the woman who created Monopoly was in that book.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where that one is from.
Right.
Yeah, very
Okay.
interesting.
So
Right. Yeah,
I
it was called the Landlord's Game. I'm just looking it up on Wikipedia. I'll
okay.
put it in the chat.
Yeah.
So Monopoly's been a game that's been played in households for years and years and years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. I always wanted to be the dog. I was always the dog.
I still have my Monopoly that I was given when I was about 7.
Oh,
Most of
wow.
the pieces are there. The box is held together by sellotape.
Oh, so
It's got my name written on it because I think my brother tried to pinch it. Yeah, so that's still around. I thought it was in here, but I think it's downstairs. And then as the years have gone on, obviously we've then bought one for the kids. So we've got a new Monopoly one bought about 5 years ago. Bought one from Las Vegas because my friend lives in Vegas. And then I saw on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, somebody was talking. So Andy, who owns the vinyl shop down Cheapside, was talking about the Luton version of Monopoly.
Yeah. Yeah, Tamar's got one there. He was talking about it on Facebook as well.
Luton edition of Monopoly. So I thought, okay. As everybody knows, I love all Luton. That's my place. So I purchased one.
Yeah.
And we were playing this last night because I had my brother and my kids, and we had some nibbles and what have you to wish me on my way to Barbados, because that will be the last time I see them, other than Remy.
Until you come back. Until you come back.
Until I come back, yes. If I come back, I might stay.
I'm just like that.
I might stay. You never know. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely, but I might stay if I like it. So we were playing Luton Monopoly, okay? It's the same.
What's the premium? What's the premium?
So your Park Lane and Mayfair are London Luton Airport and Kenilworth Road.
Oh,
and
wow.
Kenilworth Road is the most expensive one.
Yes, I love it.
I don't know which way does it go? Mayfair, Park Lane, or was it the other way around?
It was.
Which one's the most
Park
expensive?
Lane, Mayfair.
Mayfair. Okay, yeah. So Kenilworth Road is your Mayfair.
Oh, wow.
There's a few controversial ones on here. I know one of my friends said, why isn't Marsh Farm on here? Because then you've got to put them all on. Marsh Farm, Lucy Farm.
Yes. You'll end up with
Barley
a full.
Hill. So maybe that's why they didn't put them there. Don't know. Your cheapest one, which would be your Old Kent Road.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, is Stockwood Park.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they put
Cheapest.
places on there rather than estates. So the estates, I
Yes.
suppose, just to
Yes. So you've got your two brown ones are Stockwood Park and Wardown Park. And then you've got, which are your blue ones? Go on.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask what is where Trafalgar Square and the Strand used to
So
be.
Trafalgar Square is your red, aren't they?
Yeah.
So Trafalgar Square. So the red ones are Capability Green, Luton News, and Vinyl Revelations, which is the vinyl shop in Cheapside.
Okay.
Right. Bear Club's on here, Stockwood Park, Wardown House.
Wow.
You've got 3 lots of hats. So Hat House, the Hat Factory Centre, and Hat Works. So they are the Hat Factory. Then, you know, across the way where the art place is,
Yeah.
that is Hat Work. No, that is Hat House. And then, you know, across the road where the camera shop is,
yeah,
that one there is called Hat Works.
Yeah, because you can rent the space out there for offices and things.
Right. Okay. So then your orange ones, I don't know what they are. Vine Street.
Yeah, Vine Street.
And what have you. You've got Luton Point, which is actually the front of the Mall. So I don't know if that's
right. I'm going to say I've never heard of Luton Point.
No, it's called Luton Point, but it is literally the front of the Mall. Nadine Plaza, Berry Park.
Oh, is that Nadine Plaza? Is that named after that young lady who won the Great British Bake Off?
Don't think so.
That's Nadia, isn't it?
That's Nadia.
Okay.
I think it's owned, but I think it's named after the guy that owns it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just mixed the names up.
But the other orange one, which is quite interesting, is the ABC Savoy Cinema. And the picture that's on there is now. It's now. So it's not like when it was the ABC in the 70s or when it was the Savoy Cinema in the 60s. It's literally a picture of now, where it's all.
What is there now?
Up. It's still closed. It's still there, but it's all closed up, isn't it?
It's boarded because there's so much asbestos on site. They've had different charities go in and projects that want you to go in and do it up.
Yeah.
But there's just so much asbestos on the site.
So I'm not sure whether I'm pleased that they haven't put an old picture.
Yeah.
Or whether I'm annoyed that they've put the picture that's on there now. I'm not quite sure.
But what have they put? What type of pictures have they put for everything else? Because it would be.
It's all the pictures of now.
It's all so that makes more sense then.
Yeah. So that's quite good. And then your greens are St Mary's Church, Luton Hoo Memorial Park, and the Town Hall.
Right. Okay. So what are the utility companies or the railway? And then there was the railway companies.
The utility companies are Bailey Hill Water Tower. So that's the water tower that's up.
That's Hart Lane one, isn't it?
Hart Lane, yes. Yeah.
Because that's got a preservation order on it, yeah.
Yeah. And then where's the other one? Oh, bugger. Don't know. Is there just one? No, it's not one utilities, is there? There's two.
Well, there's two, because on the original one, there was a waterworks and the electricity company.
Where's the electricity company? Oh, the other one is Savage Electrical Services.
Okay.
Now, apparently they are based in Luton, but they've also based in Dunstable. We weren't quite sure about that one. We were like, who are they and why are they on there?
Yeah.
Don't know. But they are an electrical service.
All right, maybe that was the only
The-
one they could find in the
yeah.
vicinity then. Right, and what about
Possibly.
the railway stations?
We've got Luton train station, Luton Parkway, Leagrave station,
I was getting
and
annoyed. I
Luton
thought, why isn't Lee Grave on there? I was
and
getting
Luton
annoyed.
Dart.
Luton Dart.
Yeah,
The start, yeah.
yeah,
But
that's 4.
So it had to do the 4, and we've only got 3 train
There's 4.
stations. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I get that. I suppose what it is because obviously you've got Luton Airport Parkway on there into
Is that the? But they're separate though, aren't they?
They're separate.
no, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you said earlier. So
What did I
when I was
say?
asking, you mentioned the airport being it was on there with
Oh, the airport is singular, so
Yeah.
that is just Luton Airport.
oh right, okay.
So that
okay.
just that one
Yeah.
is just literally Luton Airport.
Uh,
So then Luton Dart is on there is a picture of the train. So that is separate to Luton Airport. So there you've got your 4.
oh,
The
wow.
yellows are also Summeries Castle, the Flamingos. So the Flamingos out in Cheapside,
Right. Okay.
whatever
Yeah.
they call that now.
Not the yeah. So like what
Yeah.
are our replacements that kept going up and going down? But yeah.
Yeah, and Luton Carnival.
Garden. Right. Okay.
And Luton Carnival's on there. So yeah. So one of the
community that they've got on there then?
say again.
What's the community that they've got on there then?
What do you mean? What community?
Because there was to get all these places on the Monopoly, you could actually put forward. So you actually had charities that were putting their names forward to actually be the community part of it.
So Community Chest, you've got Keach and Luton Food Bank.
Right.
And then the chance ones are Top Trumps School Club.
What?
I've never heard of them.
Never heard of that one, no.
So if anybody knows who Top Trumps School Club are, can you let us know? Because we've never heard of them. And they've actually got both of the chance slots.
Oh.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
going to say let
Sandra.
me Google it, but I'm using my phone.
Did you see what Sandra's put? Yes, Sandra, I might meet the man of my dreams and sail off into the sunset. I'm hoping. I might not be back here on the 21st because I might be in this, just going in the sunset. I'm in the sunset.
Ooh, yeah, joker.
Oh, thanks a lot. So what you're saying, there's no chance of me meeting the man of my dreams in Barbados?
I'm not saying
Thank
that.
you.
You could meet,
This is where this
meet the man of
support
your
is.
dreams in Barbados, right? But you're not going to go off in the sunset after 12 days, are you now?
I might do. People have got married quicker than that.
Wow.
There are some stories.
Okay.
You never know. You never know. A couple of the questions, the community chest and the chance. So one of the questions, I don't know which one it was in, was speeding down Dunstable Road, you are fined, blah, blah, blah. That was hilarious. There's one about the carnival. You've been successful in your position as carnival manager. Pay each person £50 each. My brother got that one. He was not impressed in the slightest. Not impressed, especially when we continue to use it as a joke, so there was something else about paying somebody £10.
Yeah.
And he was like, but yeah, I had to pay you all 50 quid for a job that I didn't want.
It's quite interesting.
I think morally he would be really upset with the fact that you've been given a job that you don't want, and have to pay people.
Yes, absolutely hilarious. It really was.
To him.
So it's been. I mean, we like to play Monopoly. It's very competitive in my household, and it ain't me because I never win. And that's fine. I'm not even going to pretend that that's what I'm aiming for, because the others are so competitive. By the time I've been around twice, they've already bought all the properties and I still have only got one, you know, so it's fine. But it is funny, some of the things that are in there. So you got spotted wearing a Watford FC shirt, go to jail,
I went
directly to
there.
jail.
I
Yes,
do not pass go, I do not collect £200.
yes,
I love it.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Oh,
That's
Things
really
like
funny,
advance to
actually.
Hat House, advance to your nearest train station, all of those things. So they're all there. This is it. You've been elected head of the carnival committee. Pay each member 50. He was livid. He was livid. So there's lots of references to Luton.
That's really good. Can I just ask you, Cecile? So before you guys started playing this, had
Yeah.
you had a peek at what the cards were? So
No.
you all reacted as you. Oh, that is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. So I bought it. I didn't tell anybody that I'd ordered it. And like Courtney didn't even know that there was one until somebody told him the other day. So it arrived, opened up the top of the box and thought, you know what, I'm not going to look. And I just put it away. And then I knew everyone was coming over. My brother's got a friend who also ordered it and they were going to do a games night. So I thought maybe he would do that first, but he hasn't. So I literally waited until we were all there, opened it up so that everybody could see it at the same time. Yeah, it was just really good. It was fun and it was hilarious. And some people will expect that other places should be on here instead of some of the
Oh,
ones.
no doubt. Especially you, because what you've done now, you've invented me. Because I have got in my cupboard a Monopoly Lagos Nigeria version.
Have
But we
you?
haven't had a games night or anything there, so it's just there. So now I'm thinking, oh, when I get home, I'm going to go and see what places to put on that one.
Right.
And it's that thing, isn't it? Because you have your idea. Because when you said Stockwood Park to me, I'm like, why Stockwood Park? Why is that the most expensive place or the cheapest place? I don't
Cheapest. Why
understand
is it
why
the
it's the
cheapest
cheapest
place? I don't
place.
know.
Exactly, because it's land. Land ain't
Yeah.
exactly cheap in this country,
Yeah.
so it's kind of illogical to me.
But my understanding is people needed to vote themselves in and things like this, like you were saying about the charities and that. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's good though. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all it's very good.
I think the thing is that
I'm going to go to that in a minute.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, we've got original Monopoly. We've also got Las Vegas Monopoly. And we've played that a few times and we kind of struggle because we don't know these places.
Yeah.
No. So even though you can see that they're on these different colours, it doesn't have that same feeling of, right, I need to get round to Mayfair or I need to get round to Kenilworth Road
funny you should
and get
say
that one. Yeah.
It's funny you should say that because I looked at it. Well, maybe it's slightly different because obviously I'm talking about coming from Nigeria, for example. So playing Monopoly. I remember when we came on holiday, we went to Trafalgar Square. We're like, oh my god, you know.
Yes.
And even though obviously I lived here as a child, we didn't go into London and stuff like that. So I didn't know any of that. So what I knew
Right.
about London before I got here was from Monopoly. I don't think
Right.
I've ever seen Vine Street either.
We used to go into London quite a bit as a family, and because my brother and sister were older than me and my brother used to go down into London quite a bit as well. But when I was in high school, me and my friend used to play a game that was based on London Underground. Now, I know the London Underground as it was then because I played the game and I knew what stations were coming next. And the part of the game was that you had to go to a landmark. So how do you get there via the London Underground? You're playing and you're actually physically going to these places. So for you to say play Monopoly then gives you an insight into what these places look like when you actually went there.
Yeah.
I had the same feeling. And it's surprising how much games can actually do
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It's a point of note because obviously um, that was many years ago, and even though the underground has changed, a lot of those stations there will still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, Trafalgar Square's not going anywhere soon. Um, so yeah, so that's
I
it.
wonder if they would. I wonder if they would change the stations, not all the other places, because all of those other places are still there. Old Kent Road, all of those, they're all still there. But I wonder if they would do one with the 4 stations being slightly different.
Well, you've even got, if you think
You've
about
got
the way that London
Paddington,
has changed,
King's
if you were
Cross.
doing it because of how expensive things are,
Yeah.
you would have like your Notting Hill on there. You would have Canary Wharf on there.
Yeah.
So it'd be completely different.
There's actually room for a different version, I think,
Yeah.
basically,
It is.
because it's not even just about Mayfair and Park Lane anymore. Because you're right,
No.
you don't really necessarily think about those places in that context. Because
So
obviously
maybe,
you had your Bond Street, Oxford Street.
Yeah.
What was the third one in that group? Bond
Regent
Street,
Street.
Oxford Street,
Yeah.
Regent Street.
Regent Street.
Yeah.
So
So maybe there is room for a new one. I don't know if people would like that, but there is room for a new one.
yeah,
But the kids now, I mean, they wouldn't necessarily know what's like you know that they're the most expensive properties because you know that was what
Yeah.
that road was. Those
Yeah.
colours are that. Yeah, if you had that in the more
But
modern
also,
context.
yeah, and also the stations, there's other stations there now as well.
yeah. So like you've got King's Cross, because King's Cross is on there, and
Yeah.
so now obviously it's King's Cross and St Pancras International,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and then I think you have Waterloo and Paddington on there as well. I don't know, was Victoria on there?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember what the stations were.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
remember King's
you've
Cross.
got bigger
No, it
stations
was
now than there.
Marylebone. It was Marylebone. Marylebone was the
Marylebone.
other
Marylebone,
station.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on
Yeah.
there. So that's the thing. And I think I've only ever taken a train from Marylebone once, but I've definitely taken loads of trains from King's Cross and from Waterloo.
So yeah.
But it definitely has a different feel in the respect of we know everything on here except for that flipping Savage
Trump
Electrics
That was
School.
electrics and
and the
kids
school
thing.
as well.
Yeah, it does make a difference.
Say it again, Shelley?
Yeah, just that kids thing as well. I've tried googling it, and I still haven't really got kind of a clear
Don't know.
thing for it. But
And obviously somebody does know.
yeah,
Somebody
because
does know them.
it's then been put forward, and it's actually had people sort of
Top
like
Trumps School Club
yeah.
and Savage Electrical Services. But other than that, everything else we know.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice when you know these things. So, is there a Monopoly set that is available to order? Yes. Ooh.
This is what I was about to turn around and say, Cecile, and we said nope, save it for the show. It's ordered online from Amazon, as most things are now. And there's one shop that's got it, supposedly. Waterstones. Waterstones we don't have in Luton. Waterstones in Bedford, in Milton Keynes. I'm not sure about St Albans. That's the next nearest place for Waterstones. They don't stock it.
Because it's Luton?
They just don't bother stocking it. You've got the retailer Game, which does have the rights to stock other monopolies, because you get all the other kind of like the football clubs, you get all the kind of like different towns, you get the different variations of, so like the Monopoly Go and all that kind of stuff. They will stock some of those, but they don't stock Luton, which is we have got a game in Luton Town Centre. So you cannot go out and get a physical copy of Luton Monopoly in Luton. Even when they had the launch day and they had the stuff going on at the airport at the darts, and they did somewhere in the Mall, there was like a big setup kind of thing. You couldn't even buy it there on the day. It wasn't as if like someone had bought a load and then was selling them back on again because we're promoting it. And this is like your promotion on this day. You could come and buy them. You cannot buy a physical copy of Luton Monopoly in Luton.
That's just diabolical.
What's that toy shop in the Arndale, in the Mall?
The toy,
which is next door to HMV.
Yeah, they don't stock. Yeah, they don't stock it.
See, it's just
yes. You cannot physically.
Oh, I suppose it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, isn't it?
I mean, I know everything's done online.
That's a really nice way of putting it.
Yeah. I know everything's all online, but you would think that even... Yeah, that's it. And the Entertainer.
The Entertainer, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot buy a physical copy in town. And to have, because you always end up sort of, or is it Waterstones, is it WH Smith's? It's Waterstones have got the rights to sell it, and you can buy it through their website, but they don't actually then physically stock anything in the stores that are closest to Luton.
See, I would say that's because it's a Luton edition.
Possibly, yeah. You never know whether you
just put it out there.
What's the point in us?
Yeah, but that is really strange, though. But it's making me think because I'm going into London on the 18th of May, and there was a bookshop in St Pancras that it's not called Waterstones anymore, but it is still Waterstones, and I know that because I bought a book there, and on my receipt it came up and said you have paid this much money to Waterstones.
I bet they won't have it.
No, I know. I suppose they wouldn't, but at least I'll have a look.
So Smiths haven't got it then, have they, in Hatters Way?
Not as far as I know. I'm just having a look on their website to see if they do.
So ultimately, it's Amazon, people.
Yeah,
you're going to have to go on Amazon and order it, and kind of just not worry about the fact that you're giving Amazon more money that they don't actually need. Because it might be the only place we can get it from. I got mine from Amazon. Because I was not prepared to go into town and walk to all these shops to be told they haven't got it.
Well, yeah, because you would have thought that if you're on the board, that you'd actually get the rights that you could sell them. You would think so. I know you've kind of got that thing of if you buy stock and you need to sell it back on again. I mean, that's what we were doing with our books. For instance, we could get our books at a reduced cost, and then we could then sell them on. And I suppose it is that, but you would have thought that a shop somewhere would have thought, right, okay, this is our local one. Advertise out that this is what you've got. Smiths hasn't got. I mean, I don't know. You're looking at a website that's a national website, but Smiths haven't got the Luton one. Actually, they don't have any of the town ones. They've only got the
original.
The original,
the one that's my first Monopoly game, and the junior version, and the Barbie one, and
honestly,
the electronic one as well.
Electronic one?
Yeah, there's an electronic one. You so you've got like a card that your money goes on. So you can't fiddle with
no.
That in itself takes away all the fun. where
That is
where
not. No, that's no good. That is no good. Half the fun is when I'm playing with my lot. Courtney likes to count out all his flipping money, and he does that. And then by the time you go around again, he's counting out his money, and he'll make sure that he's got enough of each one. And if he hasn't, he'll say to the banker, "Can I have some change, please?" You can't do that if you have it on a card.
No.
You know?
Well, I suppose it's a different. That is actually quite clever. To be fair, it's taking the same thing to a different audience, because you have to remember it's fond memories. The only thing that will make me play Monopoly now is it's the memories of having played it. It was part of our when we were growing up. In a couple of summers, that bear in mind, my mum had four. There was four of us. We always had cousins living with us. Then we had these other cousins coming to stay, and everything. We used to wake up in the morning and we were bags. We were bags who's going in the bathroom first, who's going to sit in the front if we were going out, who was going to have the car, who was going to have the dog, who was going to have the red color. We honestly, you wake up literally, even before you said good morning, though, they're like, yeah, bags. So those are the memories, and I know, and I'm sure I remember that my brother and my cousins, my older cousins, I'm sure they used to steal all the £500.
Yes.
So that is all part of the fun.
Yeah. But it was
our
also
generational fun. But other people will look at it.
Yeah, but it's also about learning as well, because it was money,
Yeah.
So you're then buying something. And I know we're all using cards now, and very few of us have money in our purses. And also some people are just using a flipping phone to pay for their things. But it was all about that money as well.
Yeah.
What you're buying and things like
that.
But
it's different. But that education is still there. It is still there. If you think about it, there are some people who are young enough to not even understand the concept of cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I remember my friend used to tell me about my godson when he was asking for them. Yeah, but it was literally that thing, and it sounds so cliche now. But you just go to that machine in the wall and bring the money.
Yeah, that machine always gives you something, doesn't
it? So it is.
You don't look. So you don't look on your parents' face for the like. It's gonna work.
Yeah, so you're dealing with a different generation of people. I think that's all it is. And who knows? So you might surprise yourself if you play the electronic one.
What am I going to surprise myself with? What am I going to surprise? Listen, I got to get used to the Newton one before I start using the electronic one. I don't want the electronic one.
No, neither do I. I wouldn't really, to be sincere. But I'm like you. It's that thing of that cash of counting the money, and they say who's going to be. It is that thing, but that's really what I'm just saying. It's just generationally that is what we like, and if obviously you're one who has passed that love on to your children and it has worked. But there are going to be some other people who might not play Monopoly in their family, who might come across and say, "Oh, this looks like a cute little game," and then they might just get. It's just that thing.
It is, and I think it's. I mean, with my nephew, for example, he has computer games galore and Switch and what have you and what have you. I don't buy any of those. Don't entertain any of those. Over the years, I've bought him games. He's got Monopoly, he's got Connect 4 and all of that. And that's another, when he comes down or we go up there, Connect 4 is the game he takes out, because my brother, again, Marcel, he is the whiz at Connect 4. He beats everybody. And then I come a close second. So my nephew, will turn up and he'll say, Connect 4, and I'll say yes. So he is 9. And he'll say, I'm going to beat you today. And I was like, okay, come on then. Come on then. He hasn't done yet, but he will, because what Marcel is teaching him how to read it all, how to look at it, why you don't put it there, because that next one and that next one, that's why you don't. So he's learning how to do those things, So we're trying to pass on the game mentality to
Yeah.
him as well, rather than just because he's got his other ones and he does all of that.
Yeah.
But when we're
Yeah.
together, he knows, right, let's get a game out. Let's get a game out and let's play. And I
Yeah.
think it's great. I just think it's great.
Yeah. That sounds great. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important.
It is important because not everything is electronic. Not
Yeah.
everything needs to be via a device.
But having said that, I'm just going to tell you a story that I saw down the rabbit hole the other day. Very interesting. But so the actual story was about this reporter who was very disparaging of the achievements of this 13-year-old. But what I found interesting in the story was the fact that this 13-year-old is one of the only person to get the deadlock screen in Tetris. So apparently, he's the only human being. They've done it. Some people wrote an AI program to do it, and that's done it. But he was the only human being that had done it. So basically, he got to the level where there were no more combinations that the computers could bring.
Wow.
So if you're a Tetris, even if you don't know anything about Tetris, if you know how long it's been going on and how many combinations have got, because there's so many various versions, but this is the original version, and there are all these levels. So basically, when you get to the top level, you have beaten the computer because there are no more combinations. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, because these games that have levels, right? Because they suck you in where the first 3 or 4 levels are really easy. And you get going, then it gets hard. Yeah, so apparently it got to this level like 29 something where it became really difficult. And there were these 2 guys who had been doing it, and they had written whole blog posts and they'd done all sorts of streaming things about it and stuff like that, because it was just that hard. They had to learn how to put their fingers there, how to, just like you said, you're learning how to read it.
Yeah.
But so, and then this 13-year-old boy, bear in mind, the game is older than him.
Yes. I don't even know what that game is, but I have heard of that game.
Tetris, yeah. So basically, it's a game where you get all these shapes and you have to fit them into. It's normally a rectangle, a long rectangle. So the shapes will fall in, and then you have to organize them, and then you get a line. And when you get a line, that bottom one will die, and it will move down. And then you continue. The shapes they come. You've got a square one. You've got a long one like that. You've got ones where it looks like a C. You've got one where it looks like an L, and you've got to fit them all in together to form these lines. It's really easy until it's not.
Isn't that's how life goes?
So
that's life. It's really easy until it's not.
Yeah. And I just thought to myself, wow, that was amazing. I mean, that lady was just actually very foolish. When the gaming guy came on and explained what a difficult feat that boy had achieved. And
fantastic, though. Fantastic achievement. So that's what it looks like. Luton edition.
Oh, I wonder how long it's going to be on sale for. I'm thinking I might get one for my friend, actually.
You need to go and get it now before it's not on sale anymore. We can't find a shop other than Waterstones, but we don't have a local Waterstones. So Amazon, just go and give Amazon your money. It's fine. It's something about Luton. And I think also the fact that they've put Kenilworth Road as the main one, the most expensive one, I think that is really good as well, because it needed to be there. And why shouldn't it be?
And when did this come out? It came out this year, right? Or was it the back end of last year?
Yeah,
this is a couple of weeks ago.
Within the months, yeah.
Yeah, in the last month.
Did we not have the guy on our show that was talking about it?
No. He was just talking about that. It was the general things that were going on in Luton. It was yeah.
What I can do is I can chat to the vinyl guy and see if we can get him to come on and tell us, because they've just had an anniversary. Okay, leave that with me. Me. But yes, so
I've put the link to Amazon in the chat. Yeah, I've also put, and I forgot I was going to talk about this today very quickly because we're right at the end of the show. Bluebells.
What, in
Bluebell
the
season.
garden?
Yeah, in the garden. Well, the Bluebell Woods. It's all out at the moment. If you go out walking in nature, you'll see the Bluebell Woods in certain parts that's free around Luton. I myself went to Ashridge, and I went on a walk that was done by the warden. It's one of the wardens over there themselves, and was explaining about the wood and explaining about bluebells and other things. My Facebook post is in on the chat as well, because it was extremely muddy. But one of the things that I want to say, and I am going to be doing a post during this week about it, don't trample on the bluebells. If you want to have pictures taken, don't walk over them, because it takes them 7 years to recover. If you've walked over them, if they're in too much water, they're trampled down, you get like, oh, that's just a little footpath going through, that's fine. It takes them 7 years for that bulb and the plant itself to recover and come back out again. So don't.
7 years.
7
I
years.
know, I'm gobsmacked.
They at Ashridge, they've actually got docky wood, and they've actually made a proper footpath as you go around, and it is very muddy, but don't step over the little thing that they've done for you to walk round so you don't get mud, because you're killing off what you're going to see. And they have actually had people, they've got people, they're employed, volunteers and people that they employ are standing in docky wood to make sure that people don't go over there and try and take pictures, because they had people going over there for picture shoots, not just the kids and stuff. There was someone there that was doing it for swimwear models, and they were stepping over, and it was like, oh, I'm only just standing here. Well, okay, you only just stand there. The next person only just stands there. That makes that area of bluebells not come up next year. So that's the reason why there's so much money that's been put into somewhere like Docky Wood to make sure you only walk in certain areas to protect these wildflowers. And they are, the bluebells that are there are the British bluebells. They haven't got any of the Spanish variety that then goes in there. So you are proper bluebells. And because I was warden led, our group actually didn't go round Docky Wood. We went round where the other bluebells are to show you, because it is a little bit more natural. But yeah, it's it is something. So if you are out there looking at them, and it is illegal to pick them as well.
Oh wow,
that still stands. That still stands. It used to be a thing, but yeah, that still stands. But there are places in Luton, and when I do my post, I'll put it out on that you can actually see bluebells here, and very close, as in Luton itself. If you don't know where the Bluebell Wood is, sort of Marsh Farm, Birmingham kind of area.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's just amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I didn't know it took that long for them to recover. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are very delicate, and yeah, for them, for the money that they've spent to try and make sure that you walk around certain ways, and it needs a couple of footprints going over the top. It's broken the plant, and then because the plant's broken, it causes problems with the bulb, because that's what they are. It's the bulbs, aren't they? Problems with that. Then they have to do the whole recovery, and then they'll come back up again as a plant.
Wow, 7 years. So people, don't be treading on them. Just don't, because it's just not good. It's not good. Annetta has ordered her Monopoly.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So we come to the end of the show. If you didn't know, I'm going to Barbados tomorrow.
If we get a message from you girls in the morning going, we're at the airport, it'd be like, yeah.
Well, what makes you think you won't get one? Of course you will. We're going to leave the show in the capable hands of Shelley, Nike, and Samara. And as Sandra said, you'll see us at some point, most probably next week, Tuesday.
With all their skin glowing and their vitamin D and
but
yeah.
that'll actually be my birthday as well.
That's a birthday,
Oh,
yes.
I just realised that.
Oh,
Don't be jealous, Nikkei. Look at you.
I can't help it. As if I just knew. God said to me today, Nikki, you got to put your green stuff on because you're going to have to show some envy.
Look at you in that chair.
I know, these chairs are really quite
It's a proper
amazing, to
Big
be
Brother
honest.
kind of chair, isn't it?
I know,
It
it is.
It is. So, everybody, we will see you next week, same time. Let us know if you've been watching. Got any questions? Let us know those as well. And we'll catch up with you next week. See you all. Bye.
Bye.